Hello, everyone, and welcome to our halftime segment here as we are waiting for things to get ready with our next game of Golden Guardians up against Immortals. And our heart goes out to Golden Guardians, but sometimes that is just how
it's
it goes.
Cubby's fault. It's all Cubby's fault.
It is Cubby's fault. Way to go. Way to go. It's going to be okay, and it's especially going to be okay because the segment we have is Pep Talks. So quick explanation, since I know Magical wasn't here last time, I am going to put these names into a hat. And this week, they're all Golden Guardians. I think they need a little pick-me-up here.
Draw a concept for me.
Okay, I'm going through the rules and I'm not going to be biased. So I am going to put them all in this hat.
So why not be biased and give me concept?
All right. How about be quiet and let me explain the rules? So I'm going to try from the hat. And
Wait a minute. I just realized you told me to be quiet. You know who you're talking to?
No, kid. Oh, Sierra, you're doing great. Keep going.
Thank you. I'm going to draw a random name from this hat, and you're going to give this player a pep talk, something to make sure that they can go into this game 2 with as much energy and high spirits to try and make sure they can tie this up 1-1. All in understanding? Yeah, all right. I appreciate the silence. It's very refreshing. All right.
We're mixing it up here for you.
Mixing it up. All right, we're going to start with Cubby, since Cubby was here last week. This way, you can see what's going on.
Okay.
No bias. Grab a name.
But again,
from
why
the
not
two.
be biased? That would be more fun.
All right, Cubby. Pep talk for Array.
Oh, Array. Okay. Yeah, what's up, buddy? We got Array. All right. It's been a tough split so far for Golden Guardians. We're going to be honest. Array, you have had some Callista performances that I have enjoyed as you try and stack up those Ren Spears. As for that last game, that Ezreal game, you and Chime, at one point of the game, I said that was your best game yet. You guys were 2-0-2 each in bot lane. You were ahead versus Arrow and Joey. It was looking good. And then the team got a little bit lost in the mid game. But you know what, Array? The biggest thing that I'm looking for out of you is for you to keep on improving your laning phase, as this is what pretty much every 18 needs to work on in the academy. You in particular. Keep that up. Keep on going 2-0-2. And then, I've seen you do well in the mid game. So you have good positioning. You're safe. Maybe too safe because you weren't there for a couple of fights. You can burn that TP if you have to. You have it on the Ezreal. Yeah, it's fine to use it early. You get yourself ahead. Get yourself in the fights. Just keep your head straight. Because on the side of Golden Guardians, it's been a tough split to keep your head straight. It's 3-14 now. I think there's been like 4 tragic losses after that last one. You just got to keep on grinding. Well, Academy can be tough. But you know what? You got to be tougher. And that's how we make sure our talent works out here. Also, don't Arcane Shift into 3 people in Dragon Pit. That's my other advice. But, that's about it.
I'm glad we ended on a certain note. I was about to say, Coach Cubby came out there. As this was actually kind of, hey,
hold
man,
people accountable.
You gotta perform in this next one. Last week it was a lot more memey and fun, but I mean...
Yeah, it was some good teams. I could kick some ass a little bit. TL, but for GG, it's
You actually want to see them get this.
Stuff.
All right, so Sarah, now
I want
be
to see them
biased.
get some wins on the board.
Be biased.
All right, I have 4 names. You have 1 in 4 chance.
No.
1
be
in
biased.
4.
Biased.
1 in 4.
Look in it and pick the one I want.
I have a random name. Are you confident I pulled the name that you want?
Sure, why not?
Oh, it's gonna be choose. All right, let's hear it, Magical. I know you want to do this.
Just give me this
Everybody on the team needs a pep talk, Magical.
You're
all right?
a really good coach, man. I like you as a coach.
Yeah.
I think you do a great job at coaching, and especially positional coaching. You are teaching yourself a lot of things as well, so I gotta respect that, especially for not playing competitive for, what, 3 years?
4 years.
4 years? Yeah. So he's got a lot of excuses that he can fall back onto, but he's been improving. His quirky, I like his package timing. Good on that. Keep using that. Maybe not first pick it. Just maybe kind of see what the other team has beforehand. I know you like it. You're good on that, Nazir. But let's just wait a minute on it next time.
That's fun. All right. Now.
You want to hear my concept speech?
We might have time for it. Just fine.
Well, it's really quick. Don't worry.
Make it worth production yelling at me, okay?
All right. Concept. Mundo. Mundo! Mundo!
That's it. It got banned. He couldn't play it. The Trundle was good.
First pick it.
First. Well, we'll have to see
That
about
is-
after the next one.
All right, that's some great advice. Maybe Magicals was a little more lacking on the evasion, but you know, it is what it is.
What do you
But-
mean? I got everything across in mind.
Okay, sorry, my bad, my bad.
Especially
That
second
word
one.
wasn't even long enough to be a part of Yordle, man. Come on.
True, true. And yeah, we're only pulling names for
guess
Golden
it's
Guardians
not.
today because we need that pep talk, especially after we saw what happened in that game 1. Oh, yeah, how are they coming back from that? Because just when you think things are looking good, just when you're excited that they're going to take this win, and Immortals happen.
That was tough. Maybe deny the Yumi. I don't know. It's something where I feel like IMT, like when you have that much speed and some crowd control, you can deathball. But I also think like while they executed a few things, Golden Guardians really failed to execute their poke comp. Just like not deploying in the map together, not checking brushes, being as safe as they could have, being really split, especially in that last fight. That was tough. So I think IMT picked a nice spot to take that fight. Some credit goes over to Immortals for sure. But man, I hope the Golden Guardians, like if they're gonna first pick Corki, you gotta expect that teams are gonna make plays into you. You gotta head early. If you aren't able to close that out, that's tough. Like that is a tough one to come back from because that is a game that you feel like you should have been able to clean up. So I want to see if they go for the same strategy and see if they can fix their mistakes, or if they go for something more early game focused, try and match what IMT really tries to throw at you, which is crazy early game strats.
Yeah, Magical. What about you? You're surprisingly quiet over there.
Mundo.
What are your other thoughts about, you know,
That's the solution.
this first game toss and what can be done in the second game from,
about
from
Dr.
your
Mundo?
eyes?
Yeah, Dr. Mundo.
Oh no.
Yumi denies? Anything?
No. Mundo.
Kalia?
Literally, Mundo just stat checks everyone. Just
Magical.
Mundo.
It can. Not against Fiora, though. It's not great against Fiora.
It does if you try hard enough.
Magical, please.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks, you know? That's where we're at right
Have you
now.
ever played Magic Pen Mundo?
Magic Pen Mundo?
Yeah.
All right. Magical.
Of everything that you've thrown out today, that one's by far not the craziest.
I'm glad we're gonna end this segment on a high note with Magical not going completely crazy with one of the takes. I'm done with you, Magical, and it's time now for this champ select and to see if the second time around, if Golden Guardians have a little bit more luck. I'll catch you two later.
Oh, man.
That was the greatest toss.
I'm
ever.
done with you.
That was the greatest toss.
Oh, look, it's Mundo.
No! They first banned Mundo!
Oh, they know the tech. They've done the
The
research.
huge manatee!
I think what you're looking for, if we're going to keep it under the Riot Games umbrella, is "Oh, the misery," would be the phrase.
No, it's huge manatee. It's Earth.
Oh, huge humanity. All right. Well, hopefully Sierra's taking a break before this. I feel like Sierra deserves all the love and praise for dealing
I
with.
kind of need to go get my notebook.
with this-
I think I broke it.
You threw the notebook too hard.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Hey, you can grab some notes. I'll keep people busy with
Alright,
my
cool.
own. As
But
we're gonna
it'll
get
probably
Mad
be more
Max.
worthwhile, honestly, because at least you'll learn something.
All prepped and ready. As I mean, if we're gonna talk about learning something, pretty now 2-0 on the Talia. We do have a
pretty good.
confirmed broken notebook. You know what? We'll be able to glue that one together later. As speaking of glue, Golden Guardians trying to glue this series together, try and get the split. As you know, we're gonna have to fix up some things in the mid game. We do have a side swap this game. And we do have Zeri and Seraphine again taken away on the red side. We're expecting to see those champions banned from the majority of games on the red side on this patch.
Yeah, not too surprising, honestly. But the Zeri, Seraphine bans, pretty expected. At this rate, like, even with some of the minor nerfs that Zeri got, it wasn't enough to take her out of any sort of meta. I mean, you look towards the amateur, I think 3 of the 4 pentakills were all on Zeri. From that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous like that.
I W is for Zeri is just filthy. That's where I'm at right now. I don't think marksman should be dealing 630 magic damage crates. We save that for Corki and Corki only. As Zeri's taken off the board. Immortals, first pick Renata, baby. It's Joey's Renata, and
yes,
guess what?
Yes.
Belveth's on the board.
Lock it in.
Acadian does like this champion. We got Mad Magical fully invested now, as this could easily be locked in. We could have our first Belveth.
Yes! It's locked in!
The other stream's been enjoying a lot of Belveth. This is our first look at Belveth now, so we'll have to take a peek and see how she does. As
you know,
a lot of this...
You know what's funny, Cubby? As I'm excited now, but give it like 2 weeks, I'm just going to be like, enough of this champion.
Introduced the new one already.
Yeah.
I will say, I've got some notes ready for Belveth. I think Belveth does very well with lockdown mid laners, and I'm curious to see if that's where Golden Guardians goes.
Interesting. I mean, that is something we kind of saw in the amateur circuit, at least if you look at... I believe Large was playing it, where it was Anori on it, and Scroon mid lane played Lissandra. That is a good option for them to try to see if they can help out, make sure they can peel more so that the Belveth gets all that AoE damage off when she goes into her E, the Ravenous something. I forget the name. I'll brush up on it before, don't worry. Anyways, on the other side, Chad.
Don't worry, I'm cheating a bit for this one. I've got some Belveth stats on.
Well, I know the alt
page.
is Endless Banquet when it should be Buffet.
Honestly, Endless Buffet makes sense. You do produce more fish. I do like that.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's an endless buffet, and you're eating them all. But now, looking at what is being drafted, we're seeing that it's spot lane focus from both sides. Xayah Rakan for Array and Chime. Now, that's a throwback.
Lockdown. Rakan Xayah does well with champs that have to dive into you.
That's all you got? Oh, you're sneezing. That's why.
Yeah, we had a surprise sneeze here.
I was writing something down, so I was expecting you to talk more, and then all of a sudden,
surprises.
Yeah. What kind of surprises do you expect coming in from the second part of the bans?
I expect more lockdown. I don't think Corki is going to be super high priority for Golden Guardians. That's why they're going to take it away. I think they're going to take away another mid laner to protect their mid lane blind. Of course, it is concept. Can put a tank champion around Belveth. I think when you take Belveth, a lot of how she plays, the way that I've had other junglers describe it to me is it's like a combination between Master Yi and Viego. Like, you really need to get your true form, and you do a crap ton of damage if you get ahead, but it is tough to get ahead. You are very weak before. I'm curious if Golden Guardians take more things that would enable Belveth to do a ton of damage in the team fight and also get out of the early game. I think that's why Lockdown is so important, because it does give Belveth a target to attack. And we'll see if that is the game plan here for the newest champion that we have on the Rift. I think the first time that we're seeing it enabled I guess Amateur was enabled for NA, but, you know, here in Academy, we're the first region that plays on the new patch.
Exactly, and having Belveth is going to be exciting. Already saw that on the other stream, as you called out. Unfortunately, they were the ones who got to experience it first. We get the leftovers, because here we get Corki ban, Twisted Fate ban taken away from Pretty. Kind of expected. I'm also expecting to see if there's going to be another top lane ban coming in from Immortals. Maybe they take away Trundle this time, since how powerful Concept was previously.
Yeah, more tanks. Big focus as Vital looks to be given. We'll see what the blind pick is for Vital. It's mostly been Aatrox. But I think important to note, Yone is up this game. There's already a tank. I don't think Yone is a sweet blind, but we will see if that is something that Vital is willing to do. And Yone, it is pretty good in the Wazir as choose. We'll see what Pretty's counter pick is going to be into this. Pretty has loved the Talia. I would like Talia here. I know that it is a champion that I don't really know how it does in the Belveth. I will say that, but it is good in the Wazir. You can limit his play early.
I can tell you, because I actually do know this. It's not really good for Belveth, because Belveth, when she goes and she roots herself in E, it's really easy for a seismic shove to interrupt that. So that is actually something I faced when I played Belveth in an ARAM. Yes, I know an ARAM, but it's something that constantly would happen. You'd go for the root, get all this damage, and then all of a sudden interrupted because Talia.
We're really not helping with the stereotype of casters and ARAMs here at Magical.
What do you mean? I'm leaning into it.
That's why we're not helping with it. As Vital needs a blind pick, it's actually going to be a Jax coming out.
Interesting.
Yeah, Curious Blind. Maybe looking to push Concept on something like a Cannon. That's not something that we know Concept for, but you know it does play okay in the Jax. Singed.
Ooh.
Singed is an option.
Ooh. Concept, you know what to do. You know what to do.
It could actually be Garen.
It could be Garen.
We could actually see a Garen. Oh my god.
Yo! A Bel'Veth and a Garen? Let's go.
Wow. Okay, well, Concept's champion pool is really being opened up here. We'll talk about Bel'Veth in a bit. Concept's Garen, he was pitching crit Garen.
Yeah, I remember. I did in the lab. You're talking about going Gale Force crit Garen top.
He was pitching crit Garen. This is a champion that Concept has originally... He's always been known for Urgot, Singed, Mundo, but he's also has always played Garen. I don't think I've ever seen him play Garen, and I know not at the Academy level. I'm not sure about Amateur, but the fact it's coming out here, it's actually pretty good in the Jackson Udyr, I must say. It's going to get controlled big time by the Callista and the Renata, but in the side lane, if Concept can get ahead, you can totally destroy this Jax matchup. We saw Concept destroy Vital in the last game with his counter pick. Love to see him reaching deep into the bag, pulling out a Garen here.
I mean, like you said, it's reaching really deep into the bag. This is something he's played pretty much every single season he's ever played League of Legends in. He loves to spam the Singe, spam the Garen, spam Urgot. Even Tryndamere is up there in his top champions that he plays in solo queue. But now that we get ready for this game, we'll see how it deals against Vital on Jax. Bel'Veth for Acadian, pretty back on Talia. There's a lot to be excited about this second game.
Can we get a nice zoom in here on the Bel'Veth, as it is our newest champion on the Rift? We've yet to see it. And Acadian's trying to do some cool things as, oh boy, this could be a hell of a level 1 setup on the Vital.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, Chime, you can do a lot of fun things with Grand Entrance. As we're going to zoom in on Bel'Veth, but we might need to zoom in on Vital, because he is in deep doo-doo.
Yeah, he's in danger, having to go Counter-Strike first. That's a lot of damage coming in from Acadian. Will force Vital to pop some of the Corrupting Pot stacks already.
Just gonna base.
Probably going to base, so that way he'll be fine in lane.
He should be fine. As you could see there, Acadian using some of those directional dashes. That is what is showing up on the UI. Would be the Q, as... We'll
like how you're going over every little thing about that.
You know what? We got to introduce everyone to the newest champion. And I expect that if you're watching Academy, you're probably really into League of Legends.
Right.
And, you know, you already might know what this champ's doing, but I'm just trying to help you get there, you know?
I respect it. You know, I'm not even gonna make a joke about it. I think you're right. That's good to call out. With the Ghost as well for Bel'Veth, that's an interesting adaptation here for Acadian to match the Ghost from chat. Big thing with Bel'Veth, especially early on in the game, when she's not in her true form, she doesn't really have the easiest time engaging and keeping up with the fight. She has to get that first kill to get the pop of Endless Bouquet, as right now, Bouquet, Banquet. We got a flash out of Chime, and nice rend.
I mean, I think what you meant is it's a all-you-can-eat buffet in the bot lane here, as Arrow dishing out plenty of arrows into the side of Chime, as he will not be seeing flowers taking all that damage. How'd I do?
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Thank you. All right,
I
working
like
on it, Mad Magical. Trying to match the energy.
The only thing is that it's spears, not arrows from Callista.
Don't worry about it. His name's Arrow. It's fine.
I know what you're getting at, but I'm just saying you got the wrong.
It's pointy objects.
Like what weapon does weapons does Jax have? This is lore trivia. This is now lore
he's
trivia
got a lamp.
stream.
If only he had a real weapon. It's a lamp.
A lamp post.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not just a lamp. It's a lamp post.
Well, either way, Vital's using it decently well to force Concept under his turret early. Concept, though, on that wave bounce will get very strong and will be difficult for Vital to deal with as Acadian. One of the perks of Bel'Veth, she clears insanely fast.
Yeah,
and Acadian's taking full advantage of that. And with mirrored clears, should be able to secure a crab too.
But Udyr's just as fast, keeping up nearly on the same pace. Yes. He's
faster.
clear.
He's faster. No one outclears Udyr.
Right. That's what I was trying to get at. It's like Bel'Veth does clear really fast, but so does Udyr. And Udyr's even rotating up. They had Vital path over. They know Scuttle Crab is available.
This is wild.
And so they can easily take this away while Vital looks for the engage on to choose, forcing him back towards the turret so Chad can get the Scuttle Crab.
That's pretty wild. Vital used his crash like that I will say Vital has just set himself really far behind in that
Yeah, he
matchup.
has.
As he's down to 8 CS. And Chu's going to have to flash. That will at least buy the crab for Acadian.
It will. Gives a little bit of time. So another stack of lavender over for Acadian.
This is spotted. As
it's
Chad.
barely spotted. Barely. I was actually wondering
Yeah.
if he had got spotted out because I thought he was just at the edge of it. Enough to spot him out, but they do know that Acadian's nearby. Can they cancel the back in time? They don't. Instead, putting down a ward,
He's just
saying
gonna
that
wait.
everything has been cleared and waiting for Grump.
Yeah, I think they're going to wait. As Chad knows if he duels now, he wins these.
Oh,
As
speaking
Concept-
of dueling, Vital dueling against Concept. His
Concept's
champion,
dead.
his choice. Concept flashes away to
Ooh.
survive.
Concept doesn't have TP. So Vital should just leave this wave. He does. Very nice. By our new rookie jungler. As Acadian watches his Gromp get stolen from in front of him. And Chad gives him a thumbs up on the way out.
Yeah, not much that a Manta Ray can do into a bear. Actually, is Bel'Veth a Manta Ray or is she a moth? Where are you on this debate?
I don't know, man. I want to say moth because there's an evolution. And that does fit the moth.
Yeah, but it could be like Pokemon.
Yeah. I'll leave that to our resident Pokemon expert, though, and see.
Oh, okay. All right, sounds good. Ooh, nice
Not for
handshake
me.
on
As
a
a
Ray,
Ray-
forcing the flash with the exhaust
Ray's
on top
dead.
of him as well. Ray should be dead. They've got the red stacks for first blood out of Arrow.
TP from Shoes to try and save it. Not enough. Arrow, the flash over the grand entrance was clutch
This
as
isn't looking
Concept.
good for Concept at all. He chose this matchup. He chose to have Garen into Jackson. He is losing
Traded?
the matchup.
Does that last one connect? It does not. Bel'Veth will get a kill top, though.
Will probably as bot lane. There's more fighting and more action. The side of Golden Guardians now got 2 kills across the map. But Choose put himself in danger, so will be trade back. All in all, it's a 2-for-2 trade.
Importantly, though, for Golden Guardians, Acadian did get a stack and was able to actually pick up a kill. So on Bel'Veth, you do not gain attack speed. Your attack speed works really weird. You don't gain it per level. You do gain it per takedown. So she does get a stack for getting the takedown on the top side. As we're going to get replays across the map. Vital taking this 1v1. And man, crushing Concept here.
Yeah.
As if that first auto goes through, maybe he's able to survive Bel'Veth. We're about to get a replay, but we can't because Acadian, he's hunting down Chad.
Here comes Bel'Veth.
That's a
scary,
heal.
Scary. A heal burn to get Chad
Oh,
away.
the rend?
They've got enough movement
enough?
speed on the side
That's
of Chad
enough.
to get out of there.
Wow. Really clutch Q there from the side of Arrow. That connecting, that Ren being ripped, that spear, that saved Chad from getting hunted down by the Bel'Veth. As Acadian is at least off to a pretty good start this game, Mad Magical. Could be big.
So I've been informed by production that apparently Bel'Veth is based off an anglerfish, which I completely deny and do not accept that reality. I do not. Have you seen an anglerfish? Those things are ugly.
Well, it is supposed to bait you in, and then once you see the full thing, that's the true form.
That's
I can
not
see
how Bel'Veth plays.
you know what? I did kind of write that to fit my narrative, but we will see if what ends up happening here. As you can see, Acadian still sweeping out whatever he can as Chime. We'll get harassed a bit.
Blue buff will be secured by Acadian. He'll get out of there, but again, watch his Gromp fall. Chad has backup as well. Unless Acadian can put a ward and smite it away, I don't think he wants to. He has to sacrifice it.
Chad just really loves the Gromp. He's denied each of them from the side of Bel'Veth. That's good stuff. As Gromp, I think one of the more valuable camps for a jungler to deny, especially if you're in the 1v1, get a lot of health replenished, help you duel. Actually seeing a lot of junglers in some other regions start on red buff, trying to attack the Gromp, get a huge advantage on the first clear early. Wonder if Chad will end up picking that cheese, as he feels like the king of funny paths for Immortals. But hey, this game, his path and his play with Immortals, this is a big lead for them. Up 2k gold at 8 minutes, and a dragon now.
Yeah, getting a lot of these early game victories, these small incremental leads that they weren't able to get last time around, but this time, looking pretty strong. Even looking right there for Choose, he's got Flash back up. I'm surprised we didn't see a revisit from Chad or anybody to try to punish Choose a bit more. But honestly, it's not too bad when you have a CS lead for Talia.
Yeah, I know we've been seeing, this is a game where we have a Belveth and a Garen. So I guess we haven't really talked about Pretty's Talia.
You got
yeah.
14 kills on it last time. 14, no, 14.
He has a 20 KDA on this champion. And is pretty filthy at the Talia, as his Talia currently sitting at 3-0, looking to make that one go 4-0. He's been really big on this pick. Already off to a good start in this game, as we're going to see Chime get ran down by Joey. Just love chat.
I was about to say, it's more like a wet
chasing each
noodle
other
fight.
back to lane.
The bigger thing is if the ADCs get involved in the fight with the handshake, pulling back Chime, but grand entrance away should be perfectly fine as we turn our attentions back to the top lane, because of course we do. Because it's Garen. Who doesn't want to watch Garen almost get the kill on a Vital, but barely miss out and has to swing around to make sure the Beyblade action works.
All right, Concept Garen, baby. It's in full effect here for Academy. He can't push out that lane, though, as Pretty's here, and we'll see if Pretty ends up hunting him down. Both Chad and Pretty are running up, and this will be Rift Herald going over to IMT, as Chad, knowing that Concept that's the base, he's just going to start that one up for himself, as Concept. He's out of there.
Yeah, but
Not
unfortunately,
bad.
even with him making the play on a Vital, they lose out on control around Rift Herald, as you had called out, Cubby, so that will be taken and secured by Immortals Progressive. Gives them opportunities. We've seen the bot lane has been working out beautifully for both Arrow and Joey, getting these plates off of Array and Chime, who seem pinned back towards the turret.
Take a second look at this one. Oh, yeah, once the E gets burned, Concept knows he's got a window. As that auto, honestly, the Empowered W not connecting there from Vital, I think is the reason that Concept's able to go for this. As if that Empowered W connected, that would have been really close, maybe Concept dying. Concept knowing this match, though he picked it for himself. It is a dub. As Acadian, not exactly sure how he ended up there mid, but not able to make it work. We'll just be back to farming out those camps. Belveth loves doing the Raptors. Those things melt pretty fast to Belveth.
Yeah, that's the power of Belveth. And looking at the build, too, from Acadian, it's funny because having talked with him in the lab, this was before the buffs Belveth got. He was actually certain that the Kraken build wasn't really the go-to for Belveth. That should be too squishy. But W, the amount of resistance it provides in the middle of a team fight suddenly, kind of is akin to that of having Meditate for Master Yi, as you had called out the mixture of the two champions, both Viego and Master Yi, into one.
Oh, you mean the it's on our E, but the fact that you should
But
go...
the Meditate versus the E. Yes.
Yeah.
It's very similar. Now, Acadian was able to get the flash out of Vital, even get him to jump away, burned the Grandmaster's Might as well.
As you can see, Acadian trying to use the Q there to close the gap, and then the knockup, of course, is on her W, above and below. Not able to connect, as Vital is able to sneak on out. Does have to drop the wave, though, as the bot lane of IMT will be rotating up to catch this. It is a cannon wave. They should be able to crash it, as Vital actually able to TP bot and catches that. Nice rotation from IMT. Actually able to pick up each side wave. Should be able to crash them, too, as GG is now on a reset. And GG will be forced to swap the lanes to match. They're behind.
They're behind, but still having some advantages from Concept. It feels like this is truly just Concept versus old team. Got that solo kill when he had gotten solo killed himself by Vital earlier on. Even then turned it around to get another kill. But here we're looking at, like you said, it's IMT the first to make these plays. And that's going to be a worrying trend for Golden Guardians. They've got to be proactive at some point, because this composition from Immortals, as long as they are the ones starting off the fight, it's so difficult to even escape from them. Well, Chime barely does this time around. They've popped the Rift Herald top lane, trying to secure tier 1.
I love that combo, too, between... Okay. Might have gone the wrong way there for Pretty.
Yeah, I think so. Just a little odd.
Oops.
As we go back to bot lane, guess what's happening? More fighting. The Counter-Strike comes out, going to be able to get a stun on to Concept. All the while, Immortals, they take down the first brick of the game.
We'll say the problem with this matchup as the Jax moving forward, if you don't rush Bork, is that you get out-sustained by Garen, who can always retreat, just utilize that passive. As we see Concept doing that right now. Still think are pretty bad shape here for Golden Guardians, as Choose behind mid lane. Pretty's been using this to Talia to the max effect, and really, it feels like the only lane that's winning is Concept. Belveth is behind, does have the opportunity to pop off later, but it's going to take a lot of help, I think, from GG.
Could. It is getting a bit risky. Like I said, I want to see them make proactive plays, but I just don't know where they can make those proactive plays at.
I think it's gotta end up being Chime and Shoes syncing up on Pretty. As Pretty is missing Flash.
Okay.
Pretty does just reset. I think that's what they're looking for now.
Mm-hmm.
But the real combo here is, can Chime work with Acadian? Can Chime work with Shoes? To just try and open up any plays for GG, because, again, it feels like... Oh, hold on. This could be a play
Counter
opening.
strike. It's been burned. The window is open for Concept, but he's playing it tepidly. Not exactly going full force because he knows mid lane is winning. Joey is burning. You should survive even if it's just barely.
You'd have to burn Flash off screen. As you can see, both the Quickness and the Emperor's Divide have been popped by Shoes and Chime. Not able to connect, though. Cadian wasn't there. That means Immortals, they have first move if they want it. As that's a nice return. Good return damage on the Shoes there, man.
The
Pretty
knives
sweet is
that
so good.
The knives, the combo that you were talking about. Chime and Shoes syncing up against one another. Now top lane. Arrow forces out an ult from Array. Will make it another window of opportunity for Immortals, but they are burning some of their own. With Pretty's with Pretty's Flash coming up soon, that window you talked about that GG could take advantage of is slowly slipping away.
Yep. Do want to talk a bit more about our Bel'Veth, as it will be a Kraken Slayer. Makes a lot of sense. Bel'Veth benefits from having a lot of extra attack speed. You just proc Kraken Slayer more. Again, plays like a cross of Yi and Viego, relying a lot on the resets. I do have some more Bel'Veth notes. I'm hoping that we have an Epic taken or a Baron taken on the side of GG, but at the moment, really feels like they're getting starved out on the Rift. It's down 3.5k gold. I will say Chad's Udyr has done a nice job of just power farming. Not only, taking away windows for Bel'Veth to try and make a play, but also taking away camps. It's a big stat check and point-click stun. Really good in the Bel'Veth, who is not the most mobile of champions. So I actually do think this is a pretty good answer in the Bel'Veth.
I'll tell you why I like this Azir picked up for Choose on top of the Bel'Veth. The distance you can create for Bel'Veth, making sure that Chad doesn't have as easy of a time to get on top, especially because he only has Ghost. He doesn't have the flash to get over the wall. I know you're watching this. I know you're watching this, but I didn't expect anything to happen.
I just love watching Garen, man. Being played in comp games, it's a real treat, Get some Garen gameplay.
I mean, I suppose, but he went Stridebreaker instead of Gale Force, so I don't know.
All right, I mean, it's still a pretty standard Garen build so far. Getting concepts. The one winning angle that Golden Guardians appear to have at the moment. That's no flash there.
Nice shove away to look for Joey, who's getting bailed out, but inside of the Fate's Call.
It should be a reset.
Time is numbered. The reset is there, but you can't get on top of the coral because you're getting chased away by Pretty and Arrow. They got a lot of damage, missing the seismic shove. But look at Chad. Chad is actually the one getting rid of Choose. That wall is no longer an issue you have to deal with, so they can chase down the remaining members of Golden Guardians back towards this tier 2 turret.
Okay, they got one. We'll see what IMT can get off the back half, but at least GG were able to pick up a kill. Even if they don't get a reset on Bel'Veth, even if they can't push it further, that's something positive. They will drop mid for it. They were able to crash wave topside, though.
Cubby, I feel like this has been an issue for Golden Guardians in this game. They get these kills, they get these picks, but then they lose out on the opportunities for objectives. This time, they lost Joey, yet still Immortals are the ones crashing in a Rift Herald, taking a tier 1 mid, and even looking to see if they can fight in mid against Chime and Concept, forcing flashes away, barely surviving, will force a heal out, while Chad is low himself. He's got the bail out.
He's going down.
He won't be able to bail himself out. That's the Bel'Veth damage, and interrupted by Pretty.
All right, Bel'Veth has the true form. Choose. Able to pick one up. Acadian can refresh. Yeah, there we go. Acadian able to pick up that big R. We'll see if they're able to use this at all to try and set up the Dragon, as it will at least be the mid-outer now being answered by Golden Guardians. And, hey, they got some much-needed gold in their carries. Look at Choose.
Choose getting a lot of gold. 4-1 now on Azir. Even getting more gold for Acadian. Concept barely surviving that fight as well. Now, when I just talked about how I'm like, yes, they're winning these fights, but what are they gaining afterwards? What do they have to their name? They gain a tier 1 mid. They gain control over the Dragon Pit. They've even burned it down too quickly for Immortals to be able to answer as they TP'd into this fight. They TP'd Vital to join to try to answer, and they get nothing for it.
Actually, funnily enough, Acadian didn't stick around to pick up that empowered coral, as they call it. As, of course, Dragon, Baron do drop some enhanced ones. I should say enhanced. Those last 180 seconds. And those are the ones where you get the minions that die.
Yeah.
Those are big time.
That's when you start getting the potential of Acadian being the split pusher.
Yeah. Also, once you exit, you do get more stacks of your passive. So this is now more attack speed permanently on Acadian to take advantage of the items like the Kraken Slayer. Again, Bel'Veth, if you get kills and you can snowball, it's big. We're going to take a second look. Honestly, this is just GG kind of winging it. And it pays off, as that flash from Chime was clutch and Concept somehow survives.
It's Ray's heal. Ray heals him just
that
enough.
helps. I think he might have survived either way. It was smart to heal, guaranteed that he does, but IMT are split off the back half. This has been an issue we've been seeing from Immortals at some points of the year. They just go too deep. They try and push too hard. And when they don't have that discipline, it can get turned on as Choose.
Choose missing Emperor's Divide. Big cooldown.
Oh, speaking of getting turned on.
The damage on top of him. They've got damage on Pretty, but even with the hostile takeover, they try to see if they can get Chad back in the back line, looking for Chime, getting a lot of damage onto him and Acadian. As both of them are running away, they've got speed, but the cardinal directions not in favor of Acadian. They could continue to chase it down. They've got a no flash away from Array with the stun on a Chime, and Chime should die once you get the Ren Spears coming in through, but they're not looking for it. Instead, they're looking for Acadian. Chad is so low, but he'll survive as well. Both sides with blinking health bars, but members making it out alive.
Really important that they were able to get out again, able to pick up a couple kills and at least get that gold lead back that they just dropped Mad Magical. As I don't really know how that play started, but I guess GG were just too far up in the side lane.
That was a bit too far. They thought they had the pick on Pretty. The Emperor's Divide barely going wide against Pretty as well. A lot of unfortunate events for Golden Guardians.
Oh, we will see. Baron is now on the Rift. And Baron for IMT could be an objective they could press very hard around. As they have Callista. You can turn that 50-50 into more of a 70-30 if you so wish. Any picks that IMT make will be very valuable. And we'll see if Pretty can make things happen on this Talia, as the one ult we saw was a bit of a wayward Weaver's Wall.
It was.
See if the next one's better is Chad.
Emperor's Divide looking a lot better, but the sides are traveling to Choose to flash him away with the Acadian getting the knock-up. He's in the middle of all this, but he had to dash away in the middle of his E because he couldn't continue. He was afraid of Chad's stun. So both sides take a trade of damage, but neither of them gain a foothold over Baron.
Yep. Concept still looking funny at Pretty. Has actually been granted the red buff to help. Oh, never mind, that's gone. He earned that from the last fight, you know.
Yes. Yes, he did.
Talk about red buff. Red buff goes bye-bye. Oh,
yeah, red buff go bye-bye. Blue buff stay for Pretty, so he can constantly throw another rock. Forcing out a Concept and Acadian from the top side of the map. They're even looking for the chase onto Concept. They've got the smite slow with the stun on top of the Concept with him taking a lot of damage, but Chad can be even more. Looking at Chime, the engage in the back line to take down Chad. Acadian, oh, he died. He couldn't get the resets off.
Joey's ult was huge. The Renata that Joey has been so good at ever since this champion came out. He had a big ult. GG could not deal with it. That's the jungler down, and I think IMT just start the Baron.
Yeah, but it's jungle for jungle. It's going to be risky. Even if you have Callista on your side, Choose is also really good at taking away Azir. Such a great champion at burning, stealing away Baron. I know they got Callista coming, but never underestimate the king of birds himself. Trying to see if he can peck away.
Rented 800.
The purple worm. It will be secured by Arrow, but Vital will be the cost of it. He's bailed out. Oh, they kept him up. The cost. He's alive. Here's Concept in the middle of everybody. Is he taking enough to survive? He's got one kill back onto Vital, but he's taken down by the red stack coming in from Arrow, who looks to chase down Chime and Array away from the fight.
IMT, that's clutch. I love that call as Arrow. Oh boy,
Wait
Arrow.
a minute, look at Arrow. Look at how many spears he's got. They got a rampaging Arrow in the back line, and Chime will die to Pretty.
GG pushing a little bit too hard on the back half. The first engage was the right idea, but the huge hostile takeover from Joey honestly is the reason that IMT are able to take this game over officially, as Belveth hasn't been able to get off the ground. This game looks like it's all Immortals.
Immortals are gaining so many advantages here, even though it is a stupendous turn of events for Golden Guardians, trying to fight back valiantly, even trying to contest here at the Baron. The fact that you have Bela and you have Renata, like you called out, Joey's just too good on the champion.
I mean, not only that, but just the Ren, too, was massive. Arrow turning that Ren into a smite as he makes sure the Baron goes their way. And then on the back half, that's where we see Chime and Array get a little frisky, thinking they can maybe catch out someone backing, but
look at
Array
Arrow.
Yeah, Array just gets melted.
Arrow's just on top of him. They're
tools.
focusing on Joey instead of Arrow. The Ray is the cost of the fight, and now just trying to see if they can secure their own jungle at this point. They are pushed back pretty far. Golden Guardians now suffering about a 6,000 gold deficit against Immortals Academy. You're at the 24.5-minute mark.
And GG, Belveth. I mean, if you don't have lockdown, if you are not allowed to get on the map as Belveth, it's so hard.
Chime's
We're seeing
looking
it
for
now.
these angles.
Yeah.
He's trying so valiantly to get into the backline, but he's chased away by Pretty, and
Goodbye.
Concept is going to be the cast of the fight with Chad running him down. Chime as well. He's got to jump over the wall while they're looking for the fight on Acadian. He's going to be able to use the cardinal direction dashes to get back towards the base. All the while, Chime was able to escape as well, but this Baron buff is starting to push back into the base. Won't get enough damage onto these inhibitors, though.
Chad doesn't have that Baron buff, but he's still trying to do what he can. Honestly, it's funny. One of the points I really want to talk about with Belveth is that if she does get Baron, it is best if you just go solo in the longest lane.
Yep.
I was talking to Keel before, amateur jungler that's trying to play some Belveth. Qualified for OQs, even took down 100 Thieves next. That's how we kicked off our show. Belveth enthusiast, just give me all the good stuff. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to bust out too much of that, as Acadian and Golden Guardians have really struggled to get this pick off the ground. Again, I think it works best with lockdown, where you get to utilize all the empowered auto attacks you get. Golden Guardians don't have enough lockdown, and oh man, they are falling apart now.
They are Chime blown up by Arrow 6-1 on Callista, toppling another structure while Chad was able to take the dragon. Everything is going the way of Immortals unless they can get this pick onto Vital, using the Featherstorm to try to secure the kill. But Chad,
oh, Vital,
he's able to save him. Vital's burning. He will die to the burn coming in from the bird, as now Concept is the one on the angle. That's a face called knockup. He doesn't have the speed. He's getting bounced around by Pretty with Chad out of nowhere. RKO
no, Acadian.
on Acadian. Even if Acadian's fighting back, he will die to Chad.
Oh.
He's dashing away. But look at the movement speed as he can continue to run down Velveth. No directions this time. It is kill for Chad.
Oh man, Acadian was trying, but he's been starved out of his own jungle. This game, it's all Immortals, a 10k gold lead. Golden Guardians, though, finding more.
Looking for a shutdown on to Chad, but
big
that
berserk.
is a huge hostile takeover from Joey, as Arrow is cutting back Acadian and looking to see if they can kite back Concept, but they couldn't. Joey is a casualty. It is just Arrow now. Pretty has spawned, but he is way far away from the fight, so Arrow will have to completely bail.
IMT? Having a little bit of fun, maybe? Hey, just baby or magical? What do you think? What's your diagnosis?
Chaos.
Chaos. All right. The magical refuses to recognize.
Chaos. Hey, they thrive in the chaos.
They do. Props to choose on connecting with a couple nice proactive Emperor's divides. Trying to get something for Golden Guardians. Again, still think this game is pretty doomed on their side, as scenarios for them to get back in, if they get an epic monster and Belveth gets empowered for 3 minutes. That is when this champion can really sway where the game's going. Her ability to snowball. And honestly, all the stats she gets on her ultimate, not let alone the map control, can be pretty filthy. But at the moment, not the case for GG. As things, they do scale, but I don't think they scale out of this world, as we're going to take another look at this wild fight.
Oh, that was a great handshake.
Ooh, wow, that was nice. And we have to go back to live.
Go back to live. Pretty. He had to go gold, but he had reinforcements. That is going to be the saving grace for Immortals
Oh.
as Chad chases away 2 members, even having Fates called Joey with the hostile takeover. The re-engage from Chime to make sure they can get a little bit of distance, but the
Oh, no,
red
Acadian.
stacks from Arrow, godlike as he is, chasing down Golden Guardians back to their base.
Oh, man. No endless banquet this game. It's only been IMT's banquet on the new champ as... okay, hold on. We had a solo kill. Vital, the rookie, getting involved.
Nice. Killing
All right.
Choose there. Good on him.
IMT just waiting for the next Baron. We got 10 seconds left. Jungler down, mid laner down. GG stuck in their base. And for Immortals, I do think it's worth pointing out. 0-4 week 2. 5-1 last week. They were 1 game away from getting the perfect week. I will say I feel like their strength of schedule has been a little bit weaker as they have taken down a lot of the teams below them in the standings, including their games here. But I think the manner in which they're doing so, some of these early games are really well played from Chad and Pretty. Their ability to get in the face of enemy jungle, utilize some of the strong early game picks. I think they're doing a better job at playing out the early game compared to some of the other teams that we have in terms of taking calculated risks. And I like when IMT does that and they pay off.
They're a good duo with one another. They pair up well with how aggressive they like to play, look for those plays, have trust in one another. It's gotten them quite a lead here in this second game of the best of 2 series at just shy of 30 minutes. 11K to their name. Immortals, like you called out, it's not really looking like there's much hope for Golden Guardians to come back in.
Let's see how Vital gets this. As Choose does have access to the Zanyas.
Oh, you shouldn't have
We'll
gone
use
in.
it. Hold on. You just... Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Vital. Well played.
The thing is, it's really hard for Azir to face off against Jax because of Counter-Strike, especially when you're getting later into the game when that's on a very, very low cooldown, as we just saw. All you have to do is kite around, make sure you have Counter-Strike each time you're on top of Azir or one of his soldiers, and you'll win every time.
Flash out from Vital was nice. As
was.
again, GG starting to reach 4 plays. They're still down 10k gold. 1 away from being down a soul too. As Acadian off to the side. It's not in any of those evolved forms. Ready to get some bonus goodies on the Belveth. Instead, will be IMT looking to get the bonus 2-0 to start off this week 4.
Oof. You know things are bad when the enemy jungler has a level over your top laner. Chad, level 16, pushing in mid lane while Vital's top lane, fighting against a 4-level deficit here for Acadian. He is way behind. That's why he has to call reinforcements to look for Vital with Concept as well. This could be a pick to set them up for the rest of the game with a burn for the kill of Concept. But look at bot lane. Look at what's happening this entire time. You've got True Form, but you're losing an inhibitor for it.
Still a nice pick here for GG. At least they find something. They have 60 seconds of power on the Belveth, as we will see at Belveth. Be able to get to this dragon in time. Chad has other ideas, but it looks like GG will at least be here. That's a nice Weaver's Wall. Really nice.
A lot of the other members of
Go
Golden
over
Guardians,
terrain,
so they
though.
gotta go for a fight otherwise. They're trying to engage, but look at the damage from Arrow. Taking down 2. Emperor's Divide is too late, Choose. You've already lost your team along the way.
That's
triple
a triple.
Kill Arrow. They can chase down Golden Guardians. The flash. Array, he's done. Arrow's got the damage.
That's a quadra.
Kill. Do they give him the penta? Looking for Chime as he's running away. You can't
I think
escape
he's
the
got
bear.
it.
He's getting mauled. He's getting taken down. Penta kill Arrow.
It was a valiant effort from Golden Guardians, but Immortals, they were the ones that have reigned supreme, not only in Game 1, but especially in Game 2, as these guys scaled into the series. Chad's just running around baiting those turrets, and IMT, they got to feel good about this 2-0. Continuing some of that momentum that we saw from them last week into Week 4, IMT looking good with these early game plans.
What a game out of them as well as right. I know what
man,
they're trying to do.
don't pull TL. Don't pull TL.
Let's see. No. You got Chad.
No,
you got
no
Chad.
TLs, please.
It's fine. It's fine. They've got the kill. I know what they were trying to do. Arrow was at 13 kills. They wanted to give him one more so it would be a 4-way tie at number 1 for most kills in a single game for Summer.
That's probably it. I would say 13-2-2. That's an impressive
With the
score
pentakill.
line. That's
With
not many kills missed out on as Arrow, Star. Big Hollywood star Arrow, looking good there in the shining lights.
I mean, he looked like a star for sure with that Kalista play, how much damage he was getting in. I think by the end of the game, he was nearly full build. Was it 4.5 items, if you don't count boots?
He was big. Yeah, he was big. It's,
big boy.
And for the side of Golden Guardians, I feel like that Game 1 was really tough. Game 2, trying out a new pick, not able to get it going. Sometimes that happens, but game one, Ben, I feel like how they put out that Corky Ezreal game was really tough, and maybe leaked into their play a little bit there for game two. So hopefully we can see Golden Guardians go back to the drawing board and have a little bit of a better second round robin, as 3-15, not the way you want to end the first one.
No, but Immortals, they will end on a high note with that 2-0. 11-7, not bad. The thriving in chaos Immortals Academy that we know and love. They take this series over Golden Guardians. We're going to toss a break. When we come back, we'll have Sierra, our host, for another interview. Make sure you stay tuned.
What's your type? Somehow I wanna know all about you. Deep connection lights a spark. You already know me when we dance in the dark. We're dreamers. We're living. We're dreamers. We're doing this in our way. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive. Tell me that you want me. I can see you want me by the look in your eyes. Tell me that you want me. I can see you want me by the look in your eyes. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive in the nighttime. It's something about how we dance in the moonlight. That look in your eyes, it tells me that you want me and all my loving. We come alive in the nighttime. You and I, we come alive. We come alive. We come alive. We come alive.
Hello, everyone. It is time for our Verizon post-game interview, and I'm sitting down with Arrow from Immortals after that 2-0 win. Not only the win, but the pentakill to end off the game, the second that we've seen so far in Academy this split. How are you feeling?
Feels good, man. Uh, it feels good.
Like it simply put, it was definitely a really
Yeah.
fun game to watch. Heading into this second game, a champion that we've seen a bit of today, Belveth, was picked up by Golden Guardians. Was anybody on your team worried about Belveth or not so much heading into this matchup?
Mm, I think it just a good, like, in very situational pick. So we were not worried about it at all. We just, yeah. Well, what is he gonna do? You know, just kill Belbas, guys. 5 ahead.
Fair, just get rid of it, then you're good, right?
Yeah.
Um, And then in game one, Kelsey wanted me to ask you that trundle that we got to see Guardians bring out. How was that trundle? I've heard you had some thoughts about trundle in general.
Uh, as you can see, our Fiora couldn't breathe at all. Like, it seems like Stranger is OP and good answer. I've been telling to my teammates Stranger is pretty good champion in jungle and at top lane. Sometimes even in support, it's viable. We even thought about Senna Trundle, but they're just making meme about me, like just Trundle pillar. Yeah, you like the pillar, Bob. Like they just, yeah. But I think Trundle is a good champion. It's my thought.
I like that you're staying true to that. At the end of the day, Trundle is still a good champion. Love that. So now this was the end of the first round robin, and heading into the second part of round robin now. What are you looking at to improve on for yourself as for the rest of the team?
Mm, as a team, I'm looking for a. And we wanna be together, and we wanna decide fast. Whenever there is a situation like whenever we are in the pocket situation or seizing objects around the area, we have to decide fast. Otherwise, we're just lose a team fight or skirmish, right? Like sometime we need to have a term just to make people on the same page, such as squeezing, or you need to turn to left side. I think that's most important in this meta. Also, as myself, I think a middle game. Don't be afraid. Sometimes I'm kind of afraid in the like not flashing forward instead of I'm using flash backwards, back and off of. For example, today game against Rakan top side, I didn't have to flash backside. I can just tank the Rakan W, but I flashed it and I felt, for me, I felt it was, oh, I flashed the Rakan's flash W. You know, I think it's fine. But you know, I didn't have to flash it at all. Yeah, I'm just a coward. You know, I'm just playing safe. I don't have to do that. So I want to be more aggressive as a team. We want to be better at decision making. Faster decision is the key in this meta.
Okay, and then what are your thoughts about the meta that we see right now, especially Velvet being added, the new patch coming out, some champions getting buffed?
Uh, I don't know. Riot, balance team is keep changing the like, they're patching a lot during the season, and then I think it's really important. You need to have those flexibility. Like you need to play a lot of champion, or you need to adapt fast enough about those meta, because like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I think it was a Lilia top side meta, and then now there is no Lilia at all in this game. So yeah, those is very important. Kind of annoying as a pro player, but I think it's also
Yeah.
part of job as a pro player. We need to be ready for that one.
Yeah, is that the most annoying part about being a pro player, or?
No, I mean, it's a
Oh, it
fun.
is then.
Sometimes maybe meta will follow your meta. Sometimes maybe meta is not following for you. You know, it's like unlucky. But what is the most annoying for pro player?
Yeah.
Uh, it's you're not trying to get the attention to other people's opinion, but as a pro player or like as a person, you can't avoid that situation. Eventually, you're gonna end up that situation. But I think we need to control our mind and mental in those situations. It's just some people even just direct a message, right? Like you're a bad player or whatever in the Twitch chat or anything. It's just I think those are important. You just let it go. Like they're human. Yeah, they're mad. Maybe they're mad. I fucked up. Maybe. Oh, F-word. My bad. Uh, messed up.
Yeah.
You know. Just let it go.
No, that's fair, and I appreciate your insight as well. Before I let you go, a bit of an early night. I have heard that Players is somewhere that I could watch you. I haven't watched it yet. Should I? Should I be tuning in? Should I be watching?
You should definitely watch. And then there's a best player, middle laner, Bob. Not me. It's
I've
a
had a
Bob.
little. Oh, my bad. My bad. Well, I'm excited. Maybe I'll get to watch that tonight. Well, thank you so much for sitting down and talking with me. Before I let you go, any shoutouts, any final things that you want to say?
No, thanks for just probably we still have a fans, right? I think I still have fans. I don't know my Korea fans will still watch it, but thanks for fans or family, everyone, friends, teammates, and let's keep it up, teammates. I think we can be better. We can do better. We didn't do best, honestly, in these games, but we should have been better.
I can't wait to see the bounce back after a week off, or even just going into tomorrow. But thank you so much. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, time for us to head back over to the desk, talk a little bit. And one thing that I forgot to ask, a little sad about, Arrow always posts pictures of stuff that he cooks and always makes me jealous. And I forgot what he was to ask what he was going to make after that victory.
Wow, I got to start cooking now after that too. Our day's almost wrapped here on the Path to LCS stream.
I'm too lazy
You're all
for
just gonna
that.
start cooking after.
Nah, I'm too lazy for that. I'm just gonna order food.
All right, all right. No, that was a fun game, and I have to say as well, Magical, because I have to stir a little bit of chaos here before we all dismiss.
I like it.
But you two were talking about what Pokemon Belveth would be,
Oh.
and you know, there's talks about a Stingray or a Moth, but I'm just saying when Belveth is gliding across the rift, look up Lunala. That's exactly
I know
what Belveth
Lunala.
looks
I know
like.
Lunala.
Yeah.
Yep.
Lunala. Yeah.
That's I think that's the right call. That's the
Yeah.
right call.
So, the hot take now, Belveth is a bat.
Also,
So,
It's a bat. I love it. I'm here for that. You know.
So how is wrapping things up? I'll let Magical sit on that one for a little bit. As we wrap things up, close off our day, Covey, I'd love to know your favorite part of the day.
I don't know how Hunter Day won Game 2 against TLA. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that one a bit, as Tenacity, pretty damn good.
I
And
got an answer for you,
Knockups,
Mr. Cubby.
also pretty damn good against
I
Yasuo.
got an answer. It's the Seraphine.
It's the Seraphine. Yeah, Seraphine, pretty disgusting champion on this patch. So CEO of 1212, if that threw, self-declared. But yeah, it was really fun seeing our two top dogs split a 1-1. Makes me even more excited for their meeting in the second round robin.
Definitely. Magical, what about you? Favorite part of the day?
Where you told me that you were rid of me. I think that was funny.
Oh man, I also
I'm
enjoyed that thoroughly.
I'm sorry.
What do you mean? I thought it was hilarious.
I'm Canadian. I got to apologize, okay?
I'm
All right.
mad. You don't need to.
Well, as we're looking into
Trouble
the
in
schedule
paradise.
for tomorrow, Magical, you'll at least be able to get rid of me because I will not be here to
Aw.
partake in these games. But you guys should have a lot of fun, especially being able to see that 100 Thieves and Team Liquid are both kind of vying off for this top dog spot. It should be a really interesting day, Cubby.
I'm looking forward to it, as I think that TL had a tough week going up against 100 Thieves and now CLG, who also are in good form. Also, FlyQuest got 0-2'd today, which
Ooh.
Oh.
bit surprising by Dignitas. So hoping to see Dignitas carry some of that momentum into their match against TSM, have a good chance for a 4-0 week. And Yeah, we get to end the day with a total banger in Golden Guardians versus EG, as both those teams looking to put some more wins in the win column for a second round robin and have a chance to do so going up against each other this week.
It's also like the last series that we have before a break, since we have the
do have a
off
break.
next week. Make sure you all remember that. We're not going to be here next week. We'll be back the following week after that.
I gotta let everybody enjoy their summer vacation a little bit, go on a little trip to the lake house, go to the beach, chill out, and not be consumed by League of Legends, because, you know,
What?
it's important as well.
Not be consumed by League of Legends.
Yeah, I'm directly looking at you, Magical.
I
Okay?
You're
literally
going to be
just-
consumed by League of Legends on the off week anyway. You got the weekend trip.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm leaving League of Legends for more League of Legends, but
Yeah,
it's
see? There you
Love
go.
to hear
It
it.
is
We're
fun.
converting you fast.
true. But I gotta say, it's been fun, you two. Hopefully you have a fantastic time tomorrow. I'll make sure to tune in and watch you guys on my flight. Production, you're amazing as always. Massive shout outs to Kelsey. Absolutely the GOAT. And thank you so much to the viewers and everyone tuning in. Hope you all have a fantastic time tomorrow. But until then, hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening.